Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and I'm joined here by BEPB. And
Hello.
and right now we are here to talk to you about a movie that we saw a couple weeks back that we enjoyed. It's called I Love Boosters, directed by Boots Riley, starring Keke Palmer, Demi Moore, Lakeith Stanfield, Poppy Lou, Naomi Aki, Taylor Page, Will Poulter, Don Cheadle, and Isa. That looks like an L to me. Isa Gonzalez. Y'all know I'm bad with names anyway. Before we jump into this review any further, though, I want to remind you guys, go ahead, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel, all right? Subscribe. Follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok. You see the social media handles down there below at BrickWall_live, and on Instagram at BrickWall Reviews, and on Twitch also BrickWall_live. So, you know what I'm saying? Follow us, fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? We out there. And we want to give a shout out yesterday. No, not yesterday. Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday at the time of this recording on June 6th, 2026, we did our first ever live panel at the Capital City Anime Fest out in New Jersey. We want to thank everybody. We want to thank Capital City Anime Fest for allowing us to do the panel out there. We want to thank everybody who stopped by the panel. We want to thank everybody who watched our live stream and watched the YouTube video. It's up there right now on the channel. Make sure y'all check that out. We had a great time. I want to thank all the panelists that were on there, Buddha, B, Black Fox. Thank everybody who helped out and all that good stuff. That really meant a lot. We talked about the Chainsaw Man movie, and we did an anime fight ranking, which was like really fun. I actually think we should try to find a way to continue that. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, so make sure you guys check that out. That was I'm just very, very grateful for that moment. But we're here to talk about a moment that really caught me off guard cinema-wise, because this was a movie was a wild ride. I Love Boosters was such a wild ride of a movie. So for those of you who don't know, first and foremost, if you look up this movie and it's still playing in your local theater, please go check this out. The director, Boots Riley, shout out to him, salute. He makes incredible movies. I'm not gonna lie. I talked about one of his shows that he produced, or that he created rather, that was called I'm a Virgo. And that was an incredible show. It's on Prime if you want to watch that. That's an incredible show. I loved it. It's about like a guy who he's pretty much born like a giant. So it's it's really cool. You should definitely check it out. And check out his other movie, Sorry to Bother You, starring Lakeith Stanfield. It was pretty much about the world of telemarketing. It was a very, very, very funny film, very engaging film, and it has so many crazy twists and moments in there that you'll leave that movie saying, wow, I just watched something completely insane. I saw none of that shit coming. And that energy translates perfectly into I Love Boosters. From the very start, this movie, it shows you, it introduces you into a world that is very much its own style. It's very much its own thing. It's very wacky. It's very surreal. It's just so unique, right? And it follows our main trio of characters. Would you say trio? Yeah, you could say trio.
Yeah,
it was
it's the
four of
trio.
them at first, but then like the fourth one just fucking disappeared out the movie. They just got arrested, right? Some shit. I don't remember. Watch the movie and you'll find out. How about that?
You sure it was the fourth one?
Wasn't there a white girl in the group too?
Oh, the white girl, she couldn't get out the house or something like that. She was with her kids.
So the characters, Keke Palmer, Naomi Aki, and Taylor Page, they played three characters known as Corvette, who's Keke Palmer, Sade, who is Naomi Aki, and Mariah, who is played by Taylor Page. And they are what is known as boosters. They are people who go into
designer warehouses,
designer warehouses, things like that. And they steal the clothes and then they pretty much resell them for a cheaper or lower price. Boosters are a real thing. We may know some, we may not know some. Who knows? I ain't snitching.
Right. But they don't sell YSL for $15.
Nah, they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like they give you discounted deals. They give you good deals that you wouldn't get in the store, pretty much. Um, Sometimes they're like the Robin Hoods, right? Steal from the rich, give to the poor. They're like
At
that.
a price.
Yeah, at a price. So give steal from the rich, sell to the poor for a lower price than the rich would try to sell it to you.
That part.
Um, but yeah, so they're pretty much just trying to pull off these boosting schemes and stuff like that. And one in particular involves a very famous, very notable fashion mogul played by how they don't got her name here. Okay, there we go. Played by Demi Moore. Her name is Chris Smith. Oh, go ahead.
No, you just said her name earlier, but
Oh, yeah. Christy Smith is the name of the character played by Demi Moore, and she's a big fashion designer, and she's actually Corvette's big inspiration for wanting to do fashion. But this then turns into what I can best describe as like a story in which Corvette's work pretty much ends up getting stolen by Demi Moore's character. Damn, I can't remember shit right now. Christy.
Crystal Smith, Christy.
Yeah. So Corvette's work gets stolen by Christy. And so pretty much it's just a revenge scheme. Like, yo, I'm gonna rob her blind, and I'm gonna get my payback, right? And so you pretty much follow the hijinks and everything that ensue with that entire scenario. But I will tell you, like I said before, like I alluded to before, and like we're about to get into now, this movie is not just a straight line forward. You're not just, oh, we're here. It's not like Devil Wears Prada, right? Where it's like, oh, we have this thing that we want to achieve, so we're just going to straightforward in the world of fashion. No, this movie is okay. We're standing here, we see where the end point is, but we're going to take every single detour we could possibly take.
Like walking around the mall.
Right. We're gonna walk around. We're gonna stop in every single store in this mall before we get to the end point. And it does that in the best ways possible. Like Boots Riley is a mind and a creative talent that I would love to sit next to and just like figure out how do you find ways to express that? How do you find ways to write that? How do you come up? How does your brain put these things together, and then how do you stay focused enough to make these things coherent? You know what I'm saying? Because it's a hell of a work of art to put the stuff that happens in this movie together in a way that is as cohesive as it is. Like I'm pretty sure, like you can talk about some of the moments. Go ahead.
Um, like some of the moments throughout the movie without spoilers or with spoilers.
Let's do mild spoilers. Let's do mild. You know, let's keep it keep it a little tight lipped, but we can talk about some things, but just not in detail.
Okay. Well, I mean, other than I guess the ones that have been leaked, the little scenes that have been leaked on like X or Twitter or whatever, the the visuals in this movie are amazing. Like that's something that I can say. The hijinks that go on, it's like at one point they're at one point they're just like trying to figure out the easiest way that they can steal or not steal, that they can, take the stuff out the store. And the craziest thing happens where they're when they were trying to do a boosting, somebody else had done it before them. You know what scene I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So then it's like that's another twist and turn that it takes that you just don't expect for it to take.
Right. It's so many moments like that, and then like when you see like the part she's referring to, it involves a magic bag.
Yeah.
And then it's not, and then you find out that it's not just as simple as a magic bag. It's it's a sci-fi device. It's crazy from there. And then there are other moments like oh damn it, I had this one in my head. Oh, there's one where they had to replace one of the girls, and this is the big gift that's around too. Like one of the girls, like the white girl we talked about earlier, they had to like pretty much replace her to do the scam or to do the boost that they were trying to do, and she pretty much
Oh yeah, you see her. She's like, "Oh, I have a trick that I could do." She like dips down and holds her breath, and she comes up as a whole nother person.
And it's hilarious, and it's stuff like that that happens is just like seems perfectly normal. Like
Hmm.
even the fact that like Corvette, she's like, so like her situation, like, you know, they're not like they're kind of down on their luck, right? Like they're squatting at like a old restaurant and
Chicken
everything like
Shack.
that. Yeah, old chicken shack, and it's just like it's so much humor that comes from those moments and everything like that, like how they shower and how they always get hungry sometimes, and like the type of
You're
things
right.
they eat. It's so many different. I was dang, I had
Oh,
this.
and then the notes she's getting.
Oh yeah, the notes that she's getting, and then they also kind of do a very interesting thing with Corvette's character too, is that you'll see she's being chased around by like this giant ball of
Hmm.
like a bunch of different things, which obviously symbolizes the amount of like worries and trouble she has that she's running away from. Like you can't run away from your problems, but she has that represented there. Um,
Right.
Other things that happen in this movie, like there's one part like Demi Moore's character. She has like she's like this big fashion mogul, and like the explanation behind how she became that was wild in and of itself. Like, but
Hmm.
then it's like the building that she's in, it's like tilted to the side, but you gotta like walk. Like
They
it's
do
like
give an explanation for that though.
what? Oh, the building being tilted to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like because you want to be different, right?
No, it was a budgeting thing.
Oh, it's a budgeting thing.
I think
I
so.
completely missed that. But like the building's tilted, so like they're like, and but it's like it doesn't really bother anybody. But it just leads to so many funny physical gags. Um,
Yes, there's another one,
Especially when the
another other scene that's going along where one of the physical gags with her legs spinning.
yeah, yeah, because Kiki Palmer, she's trying to like run through the building, but then like her legs are moving like a cartoon, right? And
Hmm.
the funny thing about that, and where I have to give a big shout out to this movie, is that this movie uses a lot of practical effects. Boots Riley himself said there's no like CGI effects. Like there's CGI touch-ups, of course, because you gotta do touch-ups like that post. But like there's no CGI, everything is practical. Like there's stop motion in this film.
Hmm.
There's different costumes and makeups involved in this film. Like and I would love to watch the full behind the scenes featurette of this, because if all that stuff in this movie is practical, and I have no reason to believe it's not, that is amazing. Like no CGI effects in this movie, and for as many wacky things happen in this film, like yeah, it's incredible. What say you, B? Give us some more of your thoughts.
So some of when I was watching the movie, I did see the writing on the wall with, well, not really, I didn't see the writing on the wall. I can't even say that. But with Lakeith Stanfield's character. So it was kind of weird to me that every time he would stare at Corvette, he would have like those ripples on the side of his head.
Mm-hmm.
And then the explanation for why he did that, I I uh I like that. I like the direction that that took.
Wait, say that last part. I thought she was still gone. My bad.
No. The direction of Lakeith Stansfield character, like his backstory, I liked that aspect of the movie. Because
Yeah.
it was
Oh
it
yeah.
was
No.
something different. And again, it was just something that was so normal in this area that they live in.
Yeah. Yeah. It was definitely. And Lakeith Stanfield's character, honestly, was like one of the standout moments, because again, that's an example of like just something that's happening, and it's just like it just happens out the blue, and it's just so
Hmm.
normal in the world. But like you're watching, it's like, what the fuck is this? Like, why is this happening? Why is everybody so okay with this? Like, it's just it's very even down to like there's this one, like the whole last act of this movie is like has to be one of the greatest things I've ever seen and on the big screen. I'm actually really glad that I saw this in theaters, that we saw this in theaters, because like I can't see me having sat home, and this is why you guys should see this in theaters. I can't see me having sat home, watched this, and not been like, damn, I should have saw this in the theaters. This is a movie
Yeah.
full on worth the price of admission. What do you think?
Oh yeah, it was definitely worth going to see it in theaters. Like
Mhm. Do you have
I don't
any? Oh, go
what
ahead.
no, I was gonna say I don't see it. I am glad that it was not put straight to streaming
Hmm. Yeah,
because I
me.
don't see it being like a Tubi movie or anything like that, or a even like a Disney movie. I don't think it would have came across as well as it did being on such a small platform compared to a theater.
Right. Um, I definitely, yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like, this is a movie that's intended to be watched in theaters. This is an original concept that has just like so many original like ideas in it, especially again, especially with the way this movie goes completely off the rails. It's just like, yeah, it's really dope. It's really dope. Let me see. Are there any standout moments to me? I pretty much named them all, but are there any other standout moments to you? Be that you feel like mentioning here?
Um, when like I was saying before, when I was watching the film, hold on.
Oh no, she died. No, she didn't. But no, standout moments to me. I mentioned that I did like the a lot of the practical effects. I like with Lakeith Stanfield's character, his introduction, well, his backstory. I like that a lot.
I'm back.
Um, Okie dokie. I was just telling people what I had like while you were
I
doing.
heard you, but
You had to
no,
come back
I
in and say
liked.
I'm back.
I'm back. Um, I liked that. For me, when I was watching it, there were a lot of different messages that, but you kind of had to look into the context clues of the messages, but
Hmm.
it wasn't just a one dimensional film.
Right. Yeah. Talk about some of the messages real quick that you picked up from this movie because you picked up a lot of them. I did too, but you definitely had a different insight on some of the messages that were layered throughout the film.
So it was definitely like sweatshop workers that there was a message about that, about losing um when you're an entrepreneur and big companies taking over. There was
Hmm.
corporate greed, um, like conspiracy theories. They tested friendships and relationships.
Hmm.
So it's like that was the cusp of the messages that I got that were in there, but they're like all throughout the film. So it's, like I said, it's not just a one-dimensional film where you're just watching it just for entertainment. There's actually things in there to listen to and look at and try to take it from like a different scope.
Right. And then definitely with there's a big theme you touched on a little bit, but it's definitely a big theme of community and being able and being willing to rely on the people that's by your side and not just try to push them away or not try to always take charge and do something and not believe that the people that's with you have your back. It's about just being able to trust in your village, trust in your people that you call friends, that you call loved ones, that you hold near and dear to you. And that was something
Right.
that really worked in the movie and really held everything together and really gave a really good emotional crux to the film that I feel, even with all the other strong messages and other strong meanings and just even outside the meanings, just the comedy and the storyline itself, without that key component, I feel as though this movie would not have been as good as it was.
Without the comedic part.
No, 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 no. Without the aspect of community.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely aspect of community, and
Yeah.
even bringing other people into your community that you don't think are on your side. And I
Right.
was sitting here while you was talking about that, talking about how Corvette has to go through everything with her friends. This also touches on mental health and
Hmm.
holding things in on your own and not looking to the community like you said, your people around you to you know, talk you through it.
Right, because at the end of the movie, that big ball that's been chasing her throughout the movie, it holds a very
Don't
significant part to the end to her journey, and you see
right.
kind of how that unfolds throughout the movie, and you see where it leads her at the end, and it's very it's very a very poignant message, I will say. Definitely that. Is there anything that you didn't? We talked about what we loved about the film. This movie is great, but is there anything that maybe you didn't like as much, or maybe you wish that could have been done differently?
Um, I can't say that I do.
Hmm.
I didn't look at it and say this way should have been this way or that way or whichever.
Right.
So I don't think I have anything that would be changed.
I think for me, I think like at a certain point, there are certain points where things kind of like slow down just like a little bit. And one of those portions where it was really notable and really kind of like stuck out to me rather. Um, I was trying to say stood and stuck at the same time, but first that's why I said stuck or whatever I said. But one of the
Just
other things
keep it
that
going.
definitely that stuck out to me was when it kind of started diving into the science fiction realm of things. That's where I feel like it did get a little clunky. Not just because it was things that I didn't like. I leaned over to B. I was like, "Yo, can you explain what the fuck they're talking about right now? Because I don't get it." But not even just because of that, but just because like it was it felt like the movie at that point was trying to hold on to the logic it already established and then introduce a completely different line of story and just have those two things connect. And it did, honestly and truthfully, like at least to me, it did kind of seem like they were really pulling at those chords to like connect them. It wasn't as
Mm,
seamless as it could have been. And to be honest, that part of it could have kind of could have been cut, or it could have been simplified a lot. But I have to commemorate Boots Riley for even going for it, because in the end it does tie in, but it's just getting from where we were to then where these other characters are, and then like having that science fiction plot like kind of just in the middle. It's just like getting all that to meet in the middle was just it felt like it was a lot. It seemed like it was a lot, but it did pay off well. But
mm-hmm.
it's one of those things like, well, you didn't have to,
Well, it
you
was
know
the over explaining of what it was.
yes, there was a lot of over explaining to make it make sense. And that's why I say it's like they're tugging on those chords to like really make them connect. And it's one of the things like, well, if you're gonna do it, then just do it. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna
Mm,
do it. But now you're explaining it, and the more you explain it, the more confusing it gets.
mm.
But like I said, again, he does try to find a way to simplify it, but it's just there are too many words. I'm not gonna hold you.
Okay.
There's too many words. There's
Too many scientific words.
too many scientific words.
Yeah, she
Not
did
that
kind of
audiences should
explain
not that audiences should have things dumbed down or that word, that stupid or anything like that, but too many scientific terminologies to try to explain something that really didn't need that many terminologies to explain.
Mhm.
And by using those terminologies, you made it more confusing. That's
Mhm.
literally my only like thing that I would have changed, is just simplify this science fiction aspect, because it's dope. I cannot see this movie working without it, but I can see the movie working without the explanation of like
What
the
it is.
excess of explanation. Yes.
Mhm.
But other than that, though, this movie is like solid as hell for me. Like like I said, that third act and the big reveal that happens, I could watch that. Take me back to that moment because that was like I couldn't believe what I was watching. And I could not have watched this movie high because like I would have freaked the fuck out. Like because that shit came clean out of nowhere. But it was awesome. It was
Yo,
awesome.
a lot of that stuff came clean out of nowhere.
A lot of it. Oh yeah, a lot of it. This is a movie. I ain't gonna hold you. This is a movie you might want to watch sober, like
Hmm.
because you know
And
what I'm saying.
without
Or like
children.
with the look, or with the weed that you usually use.
Mhm.
Don't try the new shit yet. Just get with the regular shit first.
Right.
Watch a couple episodes of regular show or something before you dive into this one while you off the blunt. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of
Mellow
calm
out.
down a little bit. Because once you strap in, that's all I gotta say. Once you start moving, strap in. So, but you have anything else you want to talk about this film though before we sign off?
No. I did, like I said, I enjoyed the movie. It had a lot of twists and turns. I love the visuals, the stop motion aspect. I love that. I really don't have anything negative to say about the film. So, I do recommend people go see it. It's just don't take your kids because there's a couple scenes in there that are not kid friendly.
Yeah, quite a few. I mean, it's an R-rated film though, so you know,
What does that mean?
true. True.
Okay.
Um, but all right. So go ahead. Give you. Well, I mean, if you don't have anything else to
No, I
say,
don't have anything else to say. So on a scale, I would give this a 4 or 5.
a 4.5.
Yep.
Okay, okay. Why 4.5? It sounded like you were going to shoot for 5 star.
Um, I don't know.
Just feels right.
It just feels right. A 4.5.
Okay. Oh, before I give my rating, I do
Oh.
want to give a shout out to Will Poulter in this movie too. He, if you don't know who Will Poulter is, he played Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and I don't know if there's any other movie that he was in that anybody would know him from. Meet the Miller or We're the Millers. He was in that, but
Mm-hmm.
you haven't seen it. If you've never seen that movie, you don't know who I'm talking about, but you would know who I'm talking about. Look up Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Adam Warlock actor. That's him. That's who Will. What the fuck? I just said his name too. God damn, fucking brain. But Will Poulter, yeah, Will Poulter, yeah. So and he's also on the Bear too. But okay, but yeah, I definitely gotta give a shout out to him. Um, critically, this holds 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb. Um, I mean, out of 5, I'm giving it a 4.9 out of 5.
Ooh.
Literally the only thing that stops this from being a 5 star film for me is just, I mean, it's not even a full stop of me giving it a 5 based off the sci-fi aspects. It's not. But it's just for me, it's just I guess much like B said, it's nothing against the film at all. Like it's a 4, it's 4.9 for me. 4.9. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
little higher than B, closer to 5 scale. I did enjoy this movie. I cannot wait to be able to watch it again. I do wish all of the success on this movie. This movie has to get an Oscar nomination, though. It has to, for the very least, for best visual effects. Because for all this
Yes.
shit to be practical, come on, it has to get a best visual effects nomination and win. Honestly, it has to. This has to be an Oscar film. It has to
Mm-hmm.
because it's incredible the type of effects, just off effects alone. Now, I'm not going to argue actresses, I'm not going to argue script, directing. I'm not going to argue none of that because we're only halfway through the year. There's many things that can come out, surprise us and things like that. So, but I would not be surprised to see this movie in the Oscar conversation during award season. I wouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
surprised to see this do a sweep at somebody's award show. Um, yeah, I'm eager to see that. I'm definitely eager to see what type of recognition this gets and what type of accolades this gets when it comes time to give this movie its flowers on a more industry scale.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. But I do hope that when this movie's available, the more people to watch, I do hope that people get into it, and are able to boost the boosters.
Mhm.
um, but yeah, so I guess is that it? Are we done?
Mhm.
All right. Well, that's it. That does it for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Make sure y'all check out our Capital City Anime Fest panel. Make sure y'all check out the video. It's now up on the YouTube channel. Check out our other reviews as well. I just did a 20th anniversary for Over the Hedge. And what's like the last movie we talked about before we talked about this? Like, what were we?
Before so- when-
Uh, Mortal Kombat was like the last one we did together, but there's other movies as well up there. There's a whole bunch of reviews and stuff like that. Check those out. Rock with us. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. And yeah, just thank you all for always supporting. It's because of y'all I was able to do the panel, because viewers like y'all and stuff like that. And I really appreciate everybody. So much love, and yeah, keep rocking with us to see what we're up to next. And until next time, y'all, be easy, stay breezy. Peace.
Bye.